back with The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 3. And this video talks about Episode 2, The Book of Fidelity. Reminder of how this works, I am watching one episode at a time and then making a video and posting it. So as I'm recording this, I have only seen episodes 1 and 2. That way I can't unintentionally spoil anything in this recap. If you need to watch episode 1, it is linked in the description below. I also have a playlist that I'm starting, so that way you can watch all of the episode recaps in order. If you do want a refresher of seasons 1 and 2, I also have a long video covering both. If you came from those videos, hi! I am way more awake recording this time. With the first episode, I watched it at 10 p.m. when it premiered, and then I woke up really early and recorded. Feeling better this time. So let's do this. Let's just dumpster dive right into season 3, episode 2.
Awesome!
Episode 2 starts off with Macy and Michaela dress shopping for Michaela's birthday. Things are still tense with Layla, because remember, she invited Chase to her birthday party. They don't like Chase. All Chase does is talk crap about Momtok on his podcast. These two are also wondering if Whitney will randomly show up to the birthday party. She's done that before. Jesse does not show up to the dress shopping, which to them is unusual.
Momtok is currently at its lowest point right now.
It actually really is, and it made episode 1 feel off. We didn't see half of Momtok together, and we got another staged Moron Wives party that was just boring. And there seems to be a lot of questions of who is still involved in Momtok, period. But Jesse's drama with her emotional affair with Marciano takes focus. We have scenes at Jesse's house of her and her husband Jordan fighting.
I do feel bad and I've taken accountability. I was a cheater. I did do it.
Yeah, you did do it.
I always wonder if they interrupt the fights to make them mic up. Like, oh, excuse me, can you call Jesse a cheater again, but louder with this clipped to your shirt? Things with Jesse and Jordan have gotten worse, and they decide to try a temporary separation.
This has made me question whether or not more has happened.
There is a question still of if Jesse did more than kiss and text Marciano. But we do find out that Jesse and Jordan had issues long before this emotional affair. With the way that she's talking, it makes it sound like Jordan was not treating her well for a long time.
I should have done this 6 months ago, and I wish I would have.
And my mind immediately goes back to that scene with Jen. Jesse and Jen would have conversations about how Zach is controlling, and Jesse had a lot of opinions about their relationship.
I think he's disgusting.
The whole Chippendales situation too, which Jesse initiated, all while apparently her relationship was really rocky behind the scenes.
Didn't think this would be me. This is Taylor's role. Stop.
And speaking of Taylor, she is back from her 2-week therapy retreat, working on healthy co-parenting with Dakota. Good for her for working on herself, but I like how she acts like this 2-week retreat just completely changed her.
I think the old me would have struggled to voice my wants and boundaries to Dakota.
I give it 1 episode until they're fighting again. Maybe 2. So Dakota is the one to tell Taylor about what happened when she was gone.
Jesse, cheated on Jordan with him.
Cheated?
Her face when he explains the hotel room and him saying that they hooked up. She's thinking back to all of the Jen and Zach stuff too. It just makes it seem more mean? Like she was judging a relationship when hers was in a similar spot, it sounds like. So one Momtok member has returned, but we still haven't seen Whitney or Demi at all. And at Michaela's birthday party, I was really wondering if she was going to show up with a gift unexpectedly like she did last time. But as people arrive, nope. No Whitney. We do see Miranda, who is still not technically a part of Momtok, but is afraid that they think that she's the mole.
Yes, I am still friends with Demi, but I don't tell her anything that's been going on in the group.
Jordan does show up to hang out with Dad Talk. I did notice though that there's no Dakota or Taylor. So I'm thinking maybe they filmed this while she was still on her retreat. Jesse and Jordan are cordial during their 90-day separation at the party.
We're not talking about our relationship with each other outside of therapy.
Layla is there, but things are still tense after the Chase incident. She definitely does seem to be trying to find her voice this season though, and she does decide to go and talk to the girls about what happened.
I should have reached out to you guys and gave you guys a heads up that Chase was coming.
So I'm sorry for how heated I got. Not at Chase, I'll do it again.
And they decide they're not gonna let Chase come between them, which fair. Blah, blah, blah. They say something inspirational about Momtok taking accountability. So this is when Jessie decides that she wants to prove that she did not in fact sleep with Marciano. This includes reading her cringy, dirty texts between Marciano and her out loud, with Jordan right over there. I just want to point this out. On the reunion for season 2, we say that Jessie wasn't wearing her ring. Like, they shoved that in our faces. We could not miss it. She does have her ring on here. I would like to point that out. But the way she's reading these, when she could have very easily done so when they were off away from people earlier outside doing the whole kumbaya, we're good now and Momtok thing.
Thinking about your vagina, I fucked up and want redemption.
This makes me think that her and Jordan are done. Like, they are planning on getting divorced and just not saying so because of the show. Because if I was separated and trying to get back with my husband, I wouldn't read these texts where he can very obviously hear them unless I hated his guts. I don't think I would, even if I was just desperate to prove that I was innocent.
He said, this is disgusting. I can't read this out loud. The real question is, do you think you can handle me? I said, I'm not sure. I want to find out. I hate myself.
Nope. It almost feels like she's bragging about it. Doesn't it? Like, he's right there. Even Layla and Michaela both say they were so uncomfortable with Jordan nearby.
Poor guy.
So he's like warning me about how he is, which how would
you know that if you didn't?
Yes.
Yeah.
Leave a comment of what you thought about this scene because that was wild. I got so much secondhand embarrassment from this. The Momtok girls support Jessie.
Looking through these texts with Jessie, it does seem like it's proving her innocence.
Momtok is so fragile right now, but they're supporting each other, I think. So we have Taylor back, still no signs of Whitney or Demi, but we do get another update on Jen. The girls mentioned at the party that she did go to Chip and Dale's with Zach. The TikToks of them doing this are ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but nothing that Zach is doing in these TikToks feels genuine to me at this point. But for Jen's sake, I hope they are doing okay. They do have a baby on the way. Jen does say she's back in Utah to have her baby and see how things go. Zach is nervous about them returning, but they are willing to see what happens. Little do they know that Jessie has this huge scandal that's about to blow up that they're going to find out about. So curious what they're going to think about it since she gave them such a hard time about their issues. I like this episode a lot more than the first one. It feels more natural, less staged for the most part. And seeing that Jen will be back along with Taylor makes it feel like less people are missing. So the rest of the episode focuses on Momtok trying to get to the bottom of what really happened with Jessie and Marciano. So they reach out and try to get him to meet up and admit what really happened. Their plan is to first gain his trust.
Like, I love your DJ videos.
And they practice trying to intimidate him by invading his space. 2 days later, Macy and Michaela take a few-hour road trip to go meet up with Marciano.
He said yes because, two married women are on their way to meet up with him.
Both pregnant, they take a while to get to the meetup spot in Beaver, Utah. While that's going on, we see Jessie go see a therapist. They talk a lot about how her relationship was not good and that Jessie has a lot of insecurities, low self-confidence. People made a lot of offensive comments about her appearance. Honestly, I feel bad that people were bullying her. That's mean. But it's very hard for me to empathize with her in some ways about like her affair and everything when I didn't see her have much empathy in other situations, like with Zach and Jen. This is also where she explains that Marciano was into Demi.
He was like infatuated with one of my friends.
And we're slowly getting more details about that because we know that they think something happened between Marciano and Demi, but we don't know what. And Marciano was not very straightforward with Layla when she asked him about Demi. She also talks about how Demi stabbed her in the back many times, which we all saw, and that made her feel very small.
You wouldn't support my business. I said that to you.
But hair is so,
that's my whole life. It's not.
you're not a good friend.
I did laugh out loud though when she was talking about Demi being put on a pedestal above her and they made that edit of Demi as an angel above her head. So funny. So back in Beaver, Utah, Marciano does show up to talk, and they first ask about if he kissed Demi. Layla tried to ask this back in season 2, and he didn't give a direct answer. But this time, he does.
It happened.
Off camera.
Off camera.
In the villa.
Yeah.
This was not the cheek. This was on the lips.
Yeah.
And then they ask about Jessie. Marciano claims that he stayed the night in a hotel room with Jessie.
And you kissed her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the next morning, Jordan tried to FaceTime Jessie, and he left because of that.
When you woke up, you were fully clothed. Like there was you.
No.
And now his story from earlier on episode 1 makes more sense. He says he fell asleep and woke up and he had stains on his boxers. I'm sorry, but no matter what happened, that sounds really bad.
I
probably shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to look like a liar and it's okay.
So Michaela asks why. What was the point of saying that they had slept together?
I was being influenced to me.
And we end the episode with Michaela asking if it was Demi that influenced him to say that he slept with Jesse. No answer. It goes dark. But I think this all makes sense now. Demi kissed Marciano and then said that she didn't, and instead turns the focus onto Jesse. Because no matter what Demi did, Jesse's story sounds bad. So Jesse did not discredit the part where Marciano woke up in a hotel room with her. She said to Michaela and Macy that happened. I thought he was making the entire thing up. The hotel room, the waking up in his boxers, I thought they just kissed once or twice drinking, and then that was it and they left. But no, think about how easy it was for Demi to manipulate that, if you think about it. Because I'm sure Jesse told her immediately. That was her best friend. She probably called her panicked when she woke up with Marciano in her hotel room. Demi is really good at turning on friends, so no question as to why she did it, technically, I don't think. It would be very easy for her to hide kissing Marciano and turn the blame away from herself with Jesse's wild hotel story. And I think we're about to find out more because it looks like on the episode 3 preview, Demi will be back. And there's a lie detector. Not sure how accurate the lie detector will be, but maybe we'll get answers wrapped up this way. Let me know what you think of this episode. I definitely enjoyed it more than the first. There was no dumb moron wives staged party. Having Jen and Taylor back, I think helps. And I think I learned from episode 1 to episode 2 that Macy, Michaela, Jesse, and Layla cannot keep the show going on their own. It just didn't have the same vibe. They at least need Taylor and Jen. And I really feel like the elements of Whitney and Demi keep things interesting too. They need all these women together. I don't think that they can go on without most of them. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And also, this is my QR code to my Snapchat. Make sure to follow my public profile. I will be posting often on there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!